Today, we're going to be following CDC guidelines in Minecraft.
I do realize that sounds a bit boring, but I promise it won't be. Let's just start making the thing.
The goal for today's video is to be able to let a player stand on a certain block and make it impossible for other players or mobs to come within 2 blocks of that player, represented by these red blocks, or 6 feet. The official social distance. And while we could just easily put a fence around him, that's too easy. We're not doing that. So we're going to try and do it using some sort of redstone.
So what I'm probably going to do is put the pistons with slime on it in the ground like this and make it triggered by a pressure plate. So that way the people who try to come towards it just get bounced away. So now I've got this sort of weird tile pattern in the ground sort of thing going on. And if anyone tries to run towards the player, they get sprung away. And what I've noticed with this is actually, I was thinking initially about having it so that if a player tries to come towards, they get sprung back, but I think it actually works pretty well if the player just ends up getting flung over the other player. And I think that actually works way too well. While I was playing around, I found it would be best if I put some slabs above where the player would be standing, because that way if anything or anyone's trying to come towards them and they get flung up and they end up landing like on top of where the player would be, these slabs just prevent that from happening in general, and it's 2 blocks above the player or 6 feet, so we're still maintaining social distance. CDC approved. So yeah, and I've got this thing where if anyone tries to come towards the player, they can't come towards the player. I guess that's the end of the video. Problem solved. What's that? They can come on a diagonal? Okay, video hasn't ended. Comedy. I mean, the only solution to this that I could think of was more slime block pistons. I mean, what about this doesn't work? I mean, oh, we found what about this doesn't work. So yeah, it turns out if anything is coming at the player at slower than walking speeds, it's not that difficult to get to the player. So I mean, we should probably fix that. And actually, I just had a bit of a spark of inspiration. What if, and hear me out, we did something like this, so that if they're walking, they get sprung up like that. And if they're running, they get sprung up by the closer slime block. I see no flaws in my plan. We should have achieved absolute social distance. So if you try to come at any angle at walking speed, you get flung up like that. And if you try to come at any angle at running speed, get flung up like that. That was terrible running speed. I mean, at this point, I think we can't run because of the slime, but what happens if we come at it at an angle? The player is still safe. See, that's what I strive for on this channel, is absolute safety. So now, this thing looks absolutely terrible. So I mean, I guess the only way to redeem it is to prove its functionality. And to do that, we're going to create a hyper-realistic model of the player in the center and try our absolute and very best to get to him. Oh, I thought I was going to mess up that time, but, you know, this is actually pretty good. I'm coming nowhere, well actually I'm coming within near of it, but I am, this thing is an absolute functional beast, and you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if the CDC wanted to buy it off me. I mean, it doesn't look the best, but the functionality makes up for it. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas on how we can improve this, or in general just make it less terrible, feel free to comment them, and yeah, feel free to give me any feedback at all on this. I'd be curious to hear what you guys think of this. And yeah, that's gonna be all for today's video. Stay safe.